Hey, this is Matt, aka Ramble Raff. For life. Sorry. Every time I think of that, I always think of NWO now. New World Order. But I talked about the John Carpenter's original, and then I talked about the remake of Assault Precinct 13. I want to talk about one more John Carpenter. I know I said I'd go through all of them. I want to talk about one more John Carpenter movie. I'm going to skip Halloween because I'm thinking of doing all the Halloween reviews together. By the way, my heartfelt thank you to all the kind comments and videos that people have made. Like me, Matt665, he made a video, Ramble Raff's Gone, and a lot of comments of people who were worried about me, like Hot Tub Barbecue and Canada for Life and stuff. And thank you guys for the kind comments. Jason Wall 2K9, he made a tribute to me, which was humbling. The least I could say is humbling. And everybody, Mario Radium, Mad Puppet Death, and then like, want to thank OCP Communications for always appreciate his help and for being a great friend. Michael Keane Phantasm made such a heartfelt video about me. It was him and Effrey, Sierra 12 is here to stay. Michael Keane, Effrey, Mike OCP, the best friends here on YouTube. And Michael Keane, Effrey, two of my group of best friends making these heartfelt videos about me. Let me just say, it made my eyes water like a baby. But I know this is supposed to be a review of The Fog. Y'all know from the top, but I had to get that out there. So thank you guys so much for that. That's why I'll never leave YouTube for good. The only reason I'd be gone from YouTube for months is not by choice. All I know about that. Because you guys make it so you really are a family to me. Enough mushy stuff, let's get to some horror. But I want to talk one more John Carpenter film, and I'll get to his other ones later. And like I said, I'm skipping Halloween because I want to do all of them in a row, redo them. But okay, The Fog. And I know some people, they have different covers. I guess the older one is green, and like this one is blue. It's the same DVD. Actually, this is better because they actually have it all on one side. The other one, you have to flip the disc. It's a two-sided thing. Like, one side's the movie, the other side's features. But I like this better, the blue one. One-side disc. Great documentary on it. Commentary by John Carpenter, Deborah Hill. Deborah Hill, who is sorely missed. She passed away. Very sad affair. I believe it was cancer. It was something like that. Somewhere, like, the last time of her life, they had, like, cut certain appendages off. It was just very sad. She is missed. But Tales from the Mist, Inside the Fog documentary, Fear on Film, Inside the Fog documentary, outtakes, advertising gallery, just a lot of features. And I mentioned on the BS Cast how I'm a huge fan of this movie. For those who don't remember the BS Cast, the podcast I did with Effrey and Mike OCP, who actually has a new channel, OCP TV, if you want to check that out. Highly suggest you do. But, okay, 5 minutes of not even talking about the movie. I know Effrey's not a fan of this movie, and that's nothing wrong with that. We can't all like the same movies. I jokingly said, I don't get it, but okay. I said it jokingly, but because everybody has their opinion. But The Fog by John Carpenter, I think he did right after Halloween, is one of my favorite ghost stories. And long story short, you have this town of Antonio Bay. It's 100-year anniversary, and when the town was founded. And basically what happens, long story short, one night you have some people on a boat and they get attacked and killed by what happens to be ghosts. pirate ghosts, so to speak. And also during that night, certain phenomenon is happening around the town. You know, things are shaking up, and just certain weird phenomena is happening. And we're introduced to our characters. You have Adrienne Barbeau, who is the sort of radio DJ at the lighthouse, and she has a son. We're introduced to Tom Atkins, who's driving to town, and he picks up a hitchhiker played by Jamie Lee Curtis. You have Janet Leigh from the original Psycho. I think she's sort of like the mayor of the town, I believe, something like that. Hal Holbrook, he plays a priest in the movie. Excellent cast that John Carpenter got together. And try to make the long story short, basically we find out the legend. What happened was 100 years ago, you have a group of people who, there's these lepers, you know, wanting, oh, here we have land, maybe we set up a colony and have a life. And I think some people built a fire and sort of go, hey, we're over here. You know, it's sort of a signal, or they think. But instead, I believe they crash into rocks or something like that, in effect making all the lepers dead. And they went and stole their gold. And now it's 100 years later, and they come back for not only revenge, but to take what was taken from them, the gold. And basically the characters trying to survive, trying to figure out what's going on, and trying to find out how to end this night of terror. This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite ghost stories. I mean, I didn't grow up with campfires and telling a ghost story, but I think this is why I like it. It's like being told a really great ghost story, only your storyteller is John Carpenter, and the guy knows how to tell a great story. And the best thing about this movie is the atmosphere. The atmosphere of the film is something that they do not achieve today. Like, it's very hard to pick a movie and go, okay, the atmosphere really did it for me. Or they don't make movies like this anymore, and that's my problem with a lot of horror films today. First off, the ghosts, as you can see here, I like the way that's done. The fog looks practical. Practical way they did it, it worked perfectly. The way the ghosts are, as you can tell, for the most part, they're like silhouettes. You don't really see their faces. And then the fog is even more mysterious. What's out there in the fog, you know? And again, it just makes it a creepier. The fact that you don't see them clearly, they're hidden, and they're just like silhouettes. And like, I remember there's a scene later on where, you know, the fog has encroached on the place where Adrienne Barbeau, like her son, and I'm not sure if it's the grandma or like a babysitter, an old woman is taking care of Adrienne Barbeau's son, and she doesn't know what's going on, the old woman, and of course she hears a knock on the door. The door opens and grabs her, and she disappears into the fog. It's just a simple yet creepy sequence, again, because holy shit, they killed an old woman? What the fuck? You know, you don't see a lot of old women dying. And these ghosts are not fucking around. They're playing for keeps, you know. And I know, like, you can't see that little thing there, but a lot of times they're coming in, there's this weird light in the fog that just, kind of like in Christine, where the inside the car lights up and she's choking. I like the way they use the light, and the way I believe, I'm trying to figure out who did the camera work. I think it was Dean Cundy. I like the way John Carpenter just delves in the atmosphere. He knows how to use atmosphere. The camera is not jittering all around. It's not shaky cam. It stays in place and follows people. And the guy knows how to do suspense. I remember there's a scene like they brought a body back, and Jamie Lee Curtis is sort of in the morgue, and the body gets up without her noticing, grabs a scalpel, she turns around, and the body falls dead. I don't know why, the body just goes kaput. I don't really remember the explanation, but yeah, I know I'm going all over the place, but I get excited thinking of I know I'm stuttering now. I I keep thinking of the atmosphere. It's just irritating that they don't do atmosphere like this anymore. I mean, if you've seen the film, like I know Effie's only seen the middle and the end, and I'm not saying if when he sees the beginning he's gonna love it, but when you compare it to the film I'll talk about next, which has the same title, and you don't already guess what it is, and it's gonna be my first rant on this channel. Well, there's no comparison. It's just, okay, let me be a little concise on this review. Capable group of actors that you care about, that know what they're doing. Now that's an important aspect when I talk about the next movie. Remake of this. Yes, that's the next movie. The Fog 2000 whatever. I'll figure it out.